The next thing that we're going to do is move along to removing all of our lug nuts and then the wheel. Now with the wheel out of the way, we have a nice clear view of our inner and our outer tie rod end. The next thing that we need to do is break free our jam nut. That's this area right here. Now let's remove our outer tie rod end nut. I'm just going to take that nut, start it on there a few good threads, and then we'll carefully take our hammer and give it a couple loving bonks. Or one. Remove the tie rod from the knuckle. Let's put some locking pliers on our inner tie rod end to prevent it from spinning. After that, let's remove our tie rod and count the amount of turns it takes to remove it and write that number down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I've got 16 turns. I'm going to write it down. Your number could be different. Go ahead and remove the jam nut. Remove your locking pliers. Remove this clamp. Of course, you're going to want to make sure that the boot breaks free from the inner tie rod end shaft. I'll just use a pick, spread the area, and apply a little bit of penetrant. Oops. Work that around. Follow the boot to where it connects onto the rack. You're going to find a clamp or maybe even a wire tie. Either way, remove it. Let's get this out of here, and now we can remove the boot. Just going to give this a little twist to break it free from the rack. Once you have that off, you want to make sure that you inspect it. Make sure it's not broken or damaged in any way. If it looks like it needs to be replaced, well, now's the time to do it. Next, you're going to have to remove the inner tie rod end from the rack. To be able to do that, you can either use an inner tie rod end tool that'll slide right over, or of course, if you don't have something like that, just turn the wheel all the way to the right and then use some nice long pliers and remove it. There it is, friends. While this is all apart, why not take a peek at your power steering rack? Make sure you don't see a whole bunch of fluid coming out of this area. If you do, the power steering rack's no good. And also, let's go ahead and clean down this area as well. Now it's time to install our brand new inner tie rod end. We're just going to line it up so the threads start matching. We'll screw it in all the way till it bottoms out, and then we'll snug it up. Now we're going to use our grease packet. You want to make sure that you pack a whole bunch of grease right inside this ball area of the joint. When I do this, I want to make sure that I save a little bit of the grease so I can use it on the bellows boot. Work that around. Now let's use some of that grease right along the shaft area here where you can see the groove. We're just going to work that right around. That's going to help the alignment professional later on. Let's prepare to put on our bellows boot. I'm going to use a wire tie. Just go right around it, nice and loose. I'll slide it right over so it's nice and loose now. Put it on the rack, and then we'll tighten it up. Okay. Once it's on, go ahead and tighten it up. Trim the excess. Line your bellows boot up with the groove on the inner tie rod end and put on your outer clamp. Apply some copper never seize to the threaded area and install your jam nut. Now it's time to put on our outer tie rod end. Make sure as you're doing this, you're counting the turns so it matches up as when you removed it originally. 16. All right. Now we can take our jam nut. We're just going to go ahead and put it right up against the outer tie rod end. Take the outer tie rod end and put it into the knuckle. Now let's put on our nut. We'll snug it up and then torque it to 37 foot-pounds. Make sure your jam nut's nice and tight, and then make sure the tie rod is sitting parallel to the ground. Okay friends, that job's in the books. What's left to do now? Take it for a road test down to your local alignment shop.